Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will do Maths IGCSE 0606, the chapter of permutation and combination. We are using permutation when the arrangement is very important, which means we need to arrange something in order. So now let's say we have 5 books. We want to arrange them on the shelf. Okay, we have 5 books. We want to arrange them on the shelf. But we only want to arrange them into 3 positions, which means we won't put all 5 books there. We want to put 3 books there only. So how can we arrange? How many ways can we arrange? So we see this NPR. So what is the meaning of NPR? N means how many books that we can choose from. So for example, here we have 5 books. So we put 5. We can put any 5 of the books here. And then we need to arrange them into how many positions? We need to arrange 3 books only. So that's why we put 5p3. Okay. Then you key in calculator. So how you key in calculator? You just key in 5. Then this p, you just use shift times. Then you see a p there. And then you key in 3. You press equal. The answer will appear, which is 60. Okay. Then how about if now I can arrange one more book here? Okay, I can arrange one more book. So again, it's still this 5 book. I want to arrange them into 4 positions. Then you key in calculator, you get it is 120. There are 120 ways you can arrange. So by using this, you can easily find how many total ways can you arrange them. Same go to these 3 people. If I want to arrange these 3 people to sit on the chair. So there are 3 people here. So we want to fit in them into these 3 positions. So it's just 3p3. You get answer is just 6. This is how we use NPR. After we learn NPR, next we will apply this NPR into a few types of situation to solve. So which is if they do not have restriction, if there is only 1 restriction, or if you have 2 restriction or no fixed position, there are 4 situations. So we see one by one. So the no restriction question is the easiest question, which they just ask you to form 5-digit numbers from this number, which is 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So we can choose from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can have 6 selection to form this 5-digit number. Any other restriction they do not mention, so we just directly use. We have 6 digits. We want to form into a 5-digit situation. So we just directly key in calculator 6p5, you get it is 720, just like that. The next question, still the same. We are trying non-restriction situation. The question mentioned 6-character password. Okay, to form from these characters. Don't scared when you see these. Okay, you just go and count how many things that you can choose from. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 things that you can choose from to form this 6-character password. So they say find the number of 6-character password that can be formed. So we have 12 characters that you can choose from. We want to arrange them into a 6-character password. Then key in calculator, you know what is the answer. So it's a very huge number, which is 665,280. Okay, so it's huge, but yes, because you have a lot of possibilities to arrange this, so it's possible to be such a huge number. Next, we go to the 1 restriction situation. Means that other than to tell you how many digits they need to form, they have some additional information. For example, they say these numbers must be greater or more than or less than a certain value. Then let's say they want 3-digit values that less than 300. So if less than 300, you must start from either 1 or 2 only. We cannot start from 3 because start from 3 is already 300 plus. So less than 300, we can only allow the front position to be 1 or 2 only. Then the second and third position, actually, we don't care because we only emphasize on the first position to see whether it's greater or lesser than a specific number. Then if they mention about odd or even number, then again, is the last position, because if the last position is end with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then this number is confirmed an even number. Agree or not? If it's an odd number, then the last position must be end with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, then if they mention about divisible by 2, divisible by 2 is the same as even, which means 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then how about divisible by 5? Means that last position can only be 0 or 5. Other number cannot divisible by 5. So have a look here. The question says, how many different 5-digit numbers can come from this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 numbers that you can choose from. So no digit may be used more than one time. So this question we did before, this question is a non-restriction situation. They do not mention it's odd or even or greater than anything. So the next question, how many of these 5-digit numbers are odd? So when you see odd, you know this 5-digit position, which position decides is odd? Last position, right? Last position must be, we can only choose from 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So the last number must end with 1, 3, 5. We don't have 7 here, so we don't put 7, and 9 we can choose from. So if it ends with 1, 3, 5, 9, so the whole number would be a odd number. So after we confirm this part have restriction, then we can start counting. So this position, we can only choose from this 4 digit. So it's for P1. Then we can start counting the non-restricted part. So initially we have 6 digit. So the specific part, the restricted part, we already choose 1 number. So we left 5 numbers here. So here we left 5 numbers. We need to pick 4 of them. So it's 5P4. And just key in calculator, you know what is the answer. You get 480. Okay, just like that. Next question. They want to form 5-digit numbers. Okay, so that use from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They let this you guys to choose from these 8 numbers. Okay, if it's only can use 1. So for the first question is non-restricted situation that we did before. So we go to the next question. They are saying that these numbers must be greater than 60,000. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-digit numbers greater than 60,000 means the front position is important. So front position we can choose from which numbers? We can choose from 6, 7, 8. And you don't have 9 to choose, so that's why you cannot fit in 9 here. You can only fit in 6, 7, 8. So only one restriction, so we start counting this part first. So this part, we only have this 3 digit, so it's 3P1. We choose one of them. So after complete this part, we do the non-restricted part. Initially, we have 8 digits, so the restricted part, we already choose 1. So we have 7 of them to pick from. So 7P. We need to fit in how many positions? 4 positions. So 7P4. 2,520. So you get 2 marks. Next, we go to the third part, which have 2 restrictions, 2 special criteria. So whenever you identify the question is 2 restricted situation, make sure you go and check. You must check whether it is not overlap situation, or mixed situation. Then only you can get the correct answer. We see this question. It says you want to form 5-digit numbers by using 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 options. So how many of these 5-digit numbers are even and less than 60,000? So can you see there are 2 criteria, 2 restrictions here? So let's talk about even. Even is the last position is important. So last position we can only choose from 6 and 8. Agree or not? 6 and 8. Other numbers we form odd. Second criteria they are mentioning less than 60,000. So less than 60,000 we can only choose 1, 3, 5 to fit in the first position. So after we fit them in, then we go and check whether it's overlap, non-overlap, or mix. So we're using the lesser number part, which is here. So the 6 is not overlap. 8 It's not repeating here, so also not overlap. So when we found that this part both cross means that it's not overlap situation, then we can directly do without do any special technique. We directly do. We start counting from the least numbers part, restricted part, which is here. So we can choose from these two numbers to fit in one position here. Then the next part, the restriction is here. So we do here. So this 1, 3, 5 do not affect by either we choose 6 or 8 here. So we still can choose from these three numbers to fit in here. So it's 3P1. Then at last, we go and find how can we fit in these three position that's not restricted. Okay, initially we have 6 digits. So the last position we take 1. The first position we take 1. So we left 4 numbers to fit in the middle position. So here is 4P3. You get answer of 144. Done. Next question we try. Again, we need to form 5-digit numbers. Again, from 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, we have 6 selections here. The numbers are odd and less than 60,000. There are 2 restrictions. We start from the odd first. So the odd last position is important. We can choose from 1, 3, 5, don't have 7 here, and then we go until 9. Okay. How about less than 60,000? So less than 60,000 is this, so which means 135. Before we start, we need to double confirm whether it's overlap, not overlap, or mix. So we use the lesser number part, which is 135. Here have 4 digits, so we choose the 3-digit parts. So this thing overlap, this thing overlap, this thing also overlap. So that's why it's an overlap situation. So we can directly do also. So we do from the lesser number part, which is here. So here we can choose from 135. So it's 3P. We need to fit in this one position. So it's 3P1. Then we count here. So you see here is 1359. But in front, we will confirm pick 1351 of the number. So the overlap situation, this 135 will affect here, which means here, instead of initially we have 4 selection, 1359, we confirm pick one of it to fit in the first position already. So we left 3 digits only can pick from to fit in this position. Okay, so this overlap situation, this part will affect this part. So this part will no longer 4 digits, but you can only choose from 3 digits. Then at last, we go to the middle position. It's still the same. We initially have 6 digits. We fit in 1 to the front, fit in 1 to the back. So we'll have 4 more for position. So 4 to fit in 3 position for P3. We get 216. Next, we proceed to the hardest part of 2 restriction situation, which is mixed situation. They say, find how many 5-digit numbers can be formed from a digit 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 digits to choose from. So they say, how many of these 5-digit numbers are odd and greater than 60,000? So odd means that last position is important. We can fit in 1, 3, 5, or 9. How about greater than 60,000? Means that we can choose, start from 6. So it's 6, 8, 9. Then before we start to do, we need to check whether it's which situation. So we use this part, lesser number part. So 6 is actually not overlap. 8 is actually not overlap. But 9 is overlap. When you see something cross, something tick, that means it's a mixed situation. So you need to separate them before you start to solve. Okay? So when you see cross and tick, you split them into 2 parts. So the cross thing, we go to one side. The tick thing, we go to another side. Then the part that we do not put tick cross, we just copy. Okay? So we split them into 2 parts. Again, then we do as usual. 6, 8 means that we can have 2 digits to choose from to pick one position. And then if we choose 6, 8 already, it won't affect this 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 9. So we still have 4 digits to pick from. We want to fit in one position. And then Out of the 6 numbers, we pick one front, pick one back. We left 4 numbers to fit in the middle, 3 digits. And then for this part, we count here as 1P1. And then if the first position already take 9, if you affect here, so instead of 4P1 here left 3P1. Okay? So the middle part is still the same, 6 digit. We pick one here, pick one here. So we left 4 position, 4P3. This part is 192. This part is 72. So you sum them together would be 264. Done. So this is the mixed situation. Next, we try one more question that is mixed situation. So this question, they says we need to form from 0 to 9, which means we have 10 digits that we can choose from. And then we need to form a 6-digit number. So first criteria, second criteria, 2 restriction. So we go and check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first criteria, they says cannot start with 0. So the first position, we can only choose from 1 to 9. Agree? Second situation, they says it's divisible by 5. So we must end with either 0 or 5. Since it's 2 restriction situation, we go and check. This 0, is it overlap? No, here is 1 to 9. So this 0 is not overlap. But this 5 is overlap because here is 1 to 9 include 5. So this is overlap. So since 1 cross 1 tick, we must split them. So cross put one part, 5 put another part, and then the part that we do not split, we copy. So we do this. Here is 0, so it's 1P1. And then this 0 will not affect the 1 to 9. So here still have 9 numbers we can choose from. So it's 9P1. For the middle part, initially we have 10 numbers. So we pick one front, pick one back. So we have 8 more numbers to choose from. So it's 8P4 position. Okay, 8P4. How about here? Here also 1P1. And then this 5 will affect this 1 to 9. So 1 to 9, instead of initially we have 9 number, the 5 confirm pick out. So we can only left 8 numbers to choose from here. So it's 8P1. Then the middle thing is again the same. So 10 numbers, we pick one front, one back. So we'll have 8 numbers to fit in here to form 4 digits. 15,120 and 1, 3, 4, 4, 4. 28,560. Done. After done the part 3, which is mixed situation, we go to the last situation, which is non-fixed position. As we know previously, all the restriction is either the front or the back. We have restricted position. But there are some situations that the position is not important, but the restriction is there. What is the question? Let's say they say, just want to arrange 9 different books on a shelf. There are 4 mathematics, 3 physics, and 2 chemistry. So usually I will write it down. 4 mathematics, 3 physics, 2 chemistry. The restriction is all maths books are kept together and all physics books are kept together. So all mathematics books must be together, means mathematics. These 4 mathematics books must be together. And then it says all physics books are together also. So the physics book are together. So after we fit them in the correct position, then we start to count. So for this position, we have 4 maths books to fit in this 4 position. For here, we have 3 physics books to fit in this 3 position. And then we balance 2 more books to fit in these 2 positions. But we haven't end because they do not mention this maths book must be on the left. It can go between, it can go to the end. So this is the situation called non-fixed position. So when it's non-fixed position, you need to do one more last step. You need to know how many blocks you have. So this maths book will form a block, block 1. These physics books must form a block, so it's block 2. And then the balance 2 book, they can freely arrange, right? They are not saying that they must be together. So that's why it's block 3 and block 4. They are independent. So we have 4 blocks. So we write 4. Out of these 4 blocks, how many of them must be stick together one? So the 1 block and 2 block is must stick together. So you need to do one more extra step, which is you times this for P2. Okay? Then you get the answer. You get the final answer is 3,456. Just like this. We try one more situation of non-fixed position before we end the permutation part. So this question says there's a man and 2 women sit in a row of 5 empty chairs. So the first situation, they says 2 women must sit to each other. So 2 women must sit to each other. We do like this, women, women. And then the man can fit in any position here. So then we just start to count. So here is 2P2. And since the man can pick 3 empty space and fit in one of himself, so it's 3P1. And then at last, we count how many blocks we have. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 block. So directly times 4P1. So we get the answer is 24. Next, they says all 3 people must sit next to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 3 people must sit together. So it's 3P3. And then at last, they can fit in 3 blocks. So out of these 3 blocks, 1 block of them is restricted. So we count like this. It will be 18. So that's the end of this permutation. So thank you for listening and see you in the next class. And please subscribe this channel. Thank you.